started out like any other night, with a stiff drink and a ball ball. I was on edge as I listened to the game. Had 2 ponies riding on it, and lately, it seemed like my luck was running on fumes. Hadn't caught a case in weeks. With my bookie breathing down my neck, I could sure use the extra scratch. Then she walked in. It's open. Dressed in black with hair so red you'd think she invented the color. She was gorgeous, I tell ya. Royalty incarnate. And the heartbreaker was standing right in my door.
Detective Flask?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who I am?
I'd be the dumbest Joe in town if I didn't.
Good.
How may I be of service?
May I come in?
Of course. How can I help you?
There is a killer on the loose, Mr. Flask. The police have proven themselves to be all but useless regarding the matter, and that will not suffice.
No argument there. Care for a drink?
No, thank you. I want you to track down this killer for me, so that they may be brought to justice.
Last I checked, you were a woman of means. A lot of means. So why come to me?
Your reputation precedes you. Simple as that.
Taught to my ex-wife. So this killer, what do you know about him so far?
Well, you see.
And so she told me. She told me about a crazed killer wreaking havoc on the city. Her city. My city. She was in pain. I could see it in her eyes. But in all my years on this rock, I've never let a dame down, and I wasn't about to start now. So I made a promise. I vowed that I'd catch that psycho and do what the boys in blue couldn't. Their damn jobs. I was able to hack into the police server thanks to a few online courses and a video tutorial. I cross-referenced all the cases with the victim names I was provided from my new benefactor. The most recent killing occurred here. The victim, Edward Scott. Cause of death, stabbed in the heart. The witness says Scott was followed into the alley by the killer. No cameras, no surrounding windows, yet we have a witness. That ain't adding up. After taking another look at the case file, I decided to pay a visit to this so-called witness. I had some questions. I just hoped she had the answers.
Yes?
Are you Casey Becker?
Yes, who are you?
Private eye, ma'am. May I come in?
What is this in regards to?
The murder on Evans and 10th. The police have you listed as a witness.
Look, I already told the cops everything I knew, so...
All I need is a moment of your time.
I don't know.
Look, you seem like a good kid, so I'd hate to bring you downtown on a 148. That's obstruction. You don't want to go downtown, do you, kid?
No?
I didn't think so.
So how can I help you, Detective...
Flask.
Flask? Really? Is that a nickname or something?
You were the last person to see Edward Scott alive, were you not?
I guess so.
And at what point did you realize Mr. Scott had been murdered?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm trying to picture it in my head. So you're walking down the street, you see a guy enter an alley, followed by another guy. How do you know the guy you saw was the actual victim?
Well, I gave a full statement to the cops and everything.
I read your statement, but I'm trying to make it make sense. See, I keep going over your story, but it feels like something's missing.
I don't know what you want me to say.
How about you tell me the truth, Casey? You didn't just happen to be walking down the street the night Edward Scott was murdered. You were waiting for him, weren't you?
No.
He wasn't just some random schmuck you picked up off the street. He was planned. But you had to make it look random, didn't you?
No, that's not true.
So you followed him, learned his schedule, then waited for the right time to strike. A dark alley with no security cameras. But rather than just leave, you waited for the cops and you spun a yarn. But it was you, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't me, okay?
Admit it!
I can't. You wouldn't understand.
Then who was it?
Please, you don't know what you're getting into.
I've been around the block a few times, sweetheart. I think I can handle it. Now talk. Who are you protecting?
Edward Scott wasn't human. He was a monster.
Scott had a clean record. No criminal background whatsoever, honey. So try again.
Do you believe in vampires, Mr. Flask?
Just like that, I was an amateur all over again. Might as well have been caught with my damn pants down. Depends on who's asking.
How about the man with the gun pointed at your face?
Well, under those circumstances, I'll believe anything you tell me.
Vampires are real, my friend, and we kill them.
Do you?
Yes, we come from a family of slayers. Vampires have been infesting this city for generations, and our family has been—
Save the lineage speech, kid. You got blood on your hands. Simple as that.
Vampire blood!
So we're splitting hairs now.
You don't believe us.
Doesn't matter what I believe, pal. I was hired to do a job.
You're not turning us in. We're not criminals.
Not according to my benefactor. Drink.
And who is your benefactor?
The vampire queen Adelaide, of course.
Blood! It's blood! Ah!
You slayers never learn, do ya?
In the name of Christ,
Sorry, kid. That Christ shit doesn't work. Just like that, it was over. I put the call in as soon as I had my suspects properly restrained. Their days of killing vampires were long behind them. The queen was ecstatic. I could see it in her eyes. She asked me if I wanted to join her in a feeding, but my heart wasn't ready to be broken again. So I politely declined and saw myself out. It wouldn't have worked out anyway. She was a queen, and I'm just another rat running the race. We're worlds apart. But that's okay. That's all right by me. Though I could use a drink.